Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jamie. It is May 17th, 2023. I just left Lowe's in Woburn with some slabs of concrete that I was able to buy because I was debating whether to pour the concrete myself or leave like some garbage cans outside to sit on, or just to kind of pound out the dirt and put these slabs down. I think it's just gonna be easier to do that. So what I wanted to talk about here for a minute was, as I do these videos, I have no real studio, I have no fancy equipment. I do it like if you're one of my kids that may eventually, like the little girls, they watch it, but they're 7 and 10 as I do this, so they don't really get a lot of the stuff I'm talking about right now. My sons are older, they just don't care. They're just too smart. I don't mean that, I love them, but I'm saying, like, they're not interested in investing in budgeting and net worth stuff and building all that, that type of thing. They're not yet. I'm hoping they will. But it's funny because every week I'll talk to somebody, whether I work with them, I just come across them in conversations, at church, different things that I run into, situations I run into. I run into younger people, my older kids' age, that are teenagers or in their 20s, that are very receptive to the information that we talk about. I talk to people my age in their 40s and 50s that we agree upon. We can nod our head at each other going, yeah, that's why I'm doing that. And wow, I wish I would have known that back then. And oh, here's what I'm doing now. And we do that just like you would if you're talking about your sports, your favorite sports team or something to that regard. You might say, I'm not a sports guy, but like you might say, hey, did you watch the Bruins game last night? It was awesome. Did you see how so-and-so played? And people will get excited about that stuff. So I get excited if I share something that I know is going to hopefully be applied and practiced to their lives, that helps their life be better. Now, actually, selfishly, I always say I hope to see that with my children, because of you love your kids and your family and people that are in your inner circle, so to speak, or closer to you. Not because you can't make your circle bigger, but it's heartwarming to see them take something and go out and succeed on their own. Something that you said, hey, I did this, it worked for me. Hopefully you can do it and even do better. So that is the premise of these videos. I wanted to make that clear, like that is why I'm doing it. Now, one of the things I probably am going to change a bit is I do enjoy talking about the stock stuff. That's just fun for me. That's my sports stuff. Like, I like saying, hey, I bought LABD or LABU today, for example, and it did what I kind of thought it was do. I made some money, and here's the charts and all that stuff. Like, I will do that. But I also thought, what do I do every week, every month? I will go to Google and YouTube, because it's available to us, and I will search up some topic of something I need to learn to do, to maybe just to get some information, or maybe I'm going to do it myself, DIY, do it yourself, right? So I find a lot of those videos helpful. Right now, I'm putting 70-ish yards of loam in our backyard to level it out, and I was thinking about getting a Bobcat to do it, but I don't know. I know how to drive a Bobcat, not as a professional, but I move snow with it at our lots. A smaller one, not the big giant ones. And so I was looking at YouTube videos about getting the loam, the dirt, the topsoil, what people have done in the past, because I've never done that personally before. And this is on actually our house, our primary residence. So you get a lot of information on there, and eventually you sift through it, and you're like, oh, I really like this. I really like the way they said this or that, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to execute, I'm going to act on it. So one of the things I can tell you is with that, I got several quotes on dirt being delivered. Not that this, I don't want to make this video about that, but when you're doing any type of project, some of us just want to get it done and over with, and maybe we overpay, and sometimes maybe it's necessary. But I was able to save probably $6,000 by making a few calls, watching a few videos. In this case, I went to Facebook and I found dirt delivered from some contractor for $12 a yard cheaper than the best price I could get. And then I figured I could save another couple grand if I just spread it out myself. So I bought this yard cart to pull behind my yard tractor, my when I say yard tractor, I mean my riding mower. And I had to go buy the attachment just to kind of take the dirt and load it and bring it out there. Now I'm going to evolve that process because it's going to take me forever to take 70 yards with a shovel and load it into the back of this cart and do that. So I won't be able to do that. It's too much work. But I'm still going to save thousands of dollars by watching some videos and by searching some information. So I think that this is a library for me, for my children, my friends and family, for other young people that are looking to buy real estate, houses, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. Here's what I did, just to compare it to what you did, and maybe the real estate, the investing stuff of stocks, options, cryptocurrency, like that kind of stuff is also helpful. But there's also things that I do every day at these projects that I would love, and I do, to reach out to friends and family and say, hey, how did you do that? Could you show me how to do it? They'll verbally explain it to me over the phone, sometimes in person. But to actually watch these videos, like real time, on somebody doing a specific project, to me is super valuable, because you can stop it, rewind it, watch it over again, listen to it. You might miss something, and kind of build on these things that you see with these various projects. So that being said, I am going to start doing that in the subject lines. If you happen to stumble across it, usually I don't get too much activity here, but I am going to list in these hopefully under 10-minute videos about here's the topic of, if you wanted to reference something, if you went to the library and you said or even on a search engine you said how to hang sheetrock, how to build a fence. Today I did materials needed to pour concrete, and I got all kinds of information. So you're going to seek out something that you may not know anything about, or you might know very little about, and you're going to try to get some information. And videos, to me, are the best thing. So I am going to start doing that and putting that in the subject lines going forward. And the next video, I will still talk about stocks and that stuff, but the videos are also going to contain a subject line. Like the next video is going to be like, there's a 27-acre land deal that I'm looking at right now in Texas with a partner of mine out there that we are going to develop. Now that is going to be a very interesting topic, I think, for the next 5 to 10 years, because I'm going to take you from start to finish on how we got it. It's raw land, so what we needed to do to develop it, which is a lot of work, permits, getting water there, electricity, like all that kind of stuff. But that's going to be the topic, and anything in reference to that topic is going to be linked to those videos. That's something that I think is very helpful, that I don't see all the time, is if somebody covers a topic that people want to see, they're like, oh, I want to learn how to do this thing. Like, I'm buying land, I'm going to develop the land. What should I do? Where do I begin? Whether you know nothing about it or a little bit about it. And then the next video and the next video in that series could all be linked together. I think that's going to be really helpful. So even me buying gold and silver, like, here's how I bought gold, here's what I did with it, and here's how much I bought. I don't know, like whatever I decide to talk about. But those are subject matters that people are going to want to find, at least the people in my circle. It may not be for millions of people, but of my children or friends or family or the other young people that I run into, they might say, hey, Jamie, what did you think about this? Have you ever done that before? And I'll be like, let's go to the library. Let's go or search it up and see. And that's kind of what I'm interested in doing right now. I think that'll be the most helpful, and that is the game plan. So that's all I really wanted to share. I will probably do a couple videos. I want to talk about this 27-acre thing, because that is just beginning, and some other real estate thing that my family together we have sat down and said, hey, we're going to start looking for some other deals locally and abroad, and here's how we're doing that. And that is going to be something fun to watch for the girls, especially because they're younger. And then, you know, hopefully my sons will also look at that and say, well, that's how they did it, and that's how we got where we're at. And hopefully, you know, they'll replicate that and keep it going, and that type of thing. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I will see you next video.